Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of Roadwarden. My name is Kaiser. Apologies for the extended days in between the intention episode and this episode 2. Without further ado, let's continue where we left off on intention. I opened the door. The locked windows make the air stuffy, and the weak fire in the stove hardly lightens up the hall. A muscular man is sweeping the floor near the stairs, but after he glances at you, he leans the broom against the wall and heads behind the counter. If you are in the morning, you can spend the entire day on resting. Alright. You are lucky to show up. His voice is deep and soft, with a city-like accent. He observes you and with keen attention, yet avoids your eyes. I've kegged a decent ale, wormwood, a bog myrtle, juniper berries, cat's foot. Fills a mug carefully and puts it on the countertop. It's going to spoil soon, today maybe, and we don't drink here before the even. I had to see the good stuff going to waste. His skin is dark, almost purple, rare among the southern tribes, and his hair is naturally bluish. His clothes are quite fancy for manual labor. The elegant tunic wouldn't stand out in the city square. He stands at the counter. The planks let out a creak after every step you make. So you slow down a bit. You could swear that the innkeeper made little to no noise. Here you go. He pushes the mug forward. But just so you know, my belt of the north doesn't belong to Hovleven. You can sleep on the floor if you wish so. But if you want a bed or a meal, you have to pay. We may have some leftovers from dinner, but I need to check. Friendly, sportive, and cordial, or playful? Are your emotions? He is actually friendly, so let's reply in the same manner. Thanks for the drink. I see you know how to make friends with the Roadwarden. I'm happy to help. As a warden, I'm more than capable of taking care of the entire cask if you need me to. I won't stay here for long. Oh, I'm not here to pay compliments to piss in a mug. I'm a Roadwarden. I'm looking for ants. Oh my god, why would you do that? Thank you, I'm a Warden, so I never refuse a free drink. I kinda like this response. Like a proper response, but the reaction is vulnerable, sad, like sounds so pathetic in a way. Let's reply with this regardless. He meets your eyes with puzzled look, then grabs a wet cloth and starts to wipe down the shelves. From time to time, your conversation is interrupted by splashes of dirty water in a wooden bucket. I guess he wasn't expecting a reply. Well, truly, nothing is truly free. I've worked for a soul of the road, but I don't need a new mouth to babble. He speaks slowly yet audibly. I value my time. You should value yours. Oh, okay, so he's not a talker then. I drink the ale. The dark room and wooden walls of the mug make the liquid look as brown as a chestnut. The leer in spring hits your nose, and the first sip is even too complex, too flowery. While the brewer has used fancy ingredients and exotic licorice ruins the aftertaste. Now you know why there's so much left. Maybe it takes an acquired taste. The innkeeper nods. I was hoping to see someone willing to patrol the roads. Maybe you'll help me with a worrying thought I have, which is there are brigands in the woods. Our place is a stronghold, so I'm not afraid of an open strike. But they've gotten more active in the last 2 years. One day, they may steal our furs. I've no doubt they are the reason why merchants come here only once. Having bandits around gets expensive. He rubs his hands together, camouflaging his paws. I want you to reach Howler's Dell, northwest from here. It's the largest settlement around. I'm sure you'll get there sooner or later. Ask Thais, the mayor, about Glaucia. The bloodthirsty wolf of a woman. I've heard rumors about a raid in the north. If Glaucia is ready to break the truce with the locals, I'm willing to join forces with them to get rid of her band. He looks at the nearby dragon bone. Not too difficult, right? Just do it when you have a chance. A couple of days won't take much of a difference. I'll pay you 2 coins when you get back with the news. Fine? Do we want to negotiate? Oh, he just gave us a free drink, but... let's see. You know what? Don't quick save. I hope we don't have to reload, but let's give it a try. 3. He observes for a moment. 2. He growls. I could eat something. Do you have any leftovers, or what do you have for sale? I didn't expect to find an inn. We can say all these things. So I'm guessing it's not. That's his final offer. Yes, I feed them to our boar. I won't give them away for nothing. He tells you to wait, then leaves the building for a few minutes and returns with a wooden bucket and a long stick ending with a hook. Go through the gate and turn left. You'll see a bunch of bushes. We need some berries. Bring me a bucket full. You'll be done in half an hour. Half an hour or so. Your horse could use a nap anyway, and I'll prepare you something to fill. It's something to fill you. The hook is made. It's not made of metal or wood. It's long, curved claw, almost black. I reach for the tools. Half an hour. That's quite a lot of berry picking. I would reply this one, but this one, like, at least we stand our ground a bit. You know what? It doesn't hurt. And do I look like someone who cares? I didn't expect a traveler to be afraid of splinters. He shrugs and puts the tools away. Fine, but I won't cook just for you. I can sell you some food. Oh no. Oh, you know what? I'd like the free meal. Tools are cool, not too heavy. You notice a pair of thick gloves at the bottom of the bucket. The berries are not the problem, the innkeeper smirks. Unlike the snakes, better scare them away with your stick. I'll move them with a hook and protect your hands. The little ones won't eat you, but don't get bitten. I'm sure you know how to be patient. Let's see, I have other questions. I'm looking for Estevion, the previous Roadwarden. Are you now? He goes to the table and invites you to sit down with him. I don't think I'm going to be much of help. He rests his elbow on the table top and grunts quietly to clear his throat. But I do want you to find him, so when asked about his intentions, he measures his words. Estevion and I made a risky deal. Well, a very promising one. Last time he was here, he took 50 coins. My half of the investment. He knocks on the table with a fist anxiously. If you get my coin, or at least find out what happened to the guy, I'll make sure you won't be disappointed after bringing me the news. Could it be that Sion stole the coins and ran away? He looks at the window and starts to play with a shutter. I just think Estevion in that kind of soul that would do such a thing. For him, it wasn't much of a fortune, and I'd be saying he had earned my trust. Not only mine, you know. It's easy for Roadwarden to make connections. He always had places to go, things to take care of. He rubs the table with his thumb, as if trying to clean an invisible stain. I've asked travelers. I've sent a couple of my pals to find him. No real news. I know he stayed in the White Marshes for a day and was meant to do something for the people there. It's a village in the northwest. Just stay on the main road until you reach the bogs. Then enter them. You may get there before dusk, so let me know once you find anything, and we may yet return to this whole investment thing. I'll think about it. What can you tell me about the peninsula? What could anyone say? This place doesn't even have a name unless there's an old book in an archive that no soul knows about. You know what I'd call everything from here to the coast? The hunting ground. He glances at your eyes. But it's not us who hunt. Keep that in heart. But the beasts in all shapes and forms. His words gained His words gains confidence slowly, which is strengthened by his deep voice. I've lived in this inn for over 10 years now, and I've only seen a couple of routes, a couple of places. It's just once you get here, excuse me, when you see how harsh it is to hit the road, you have only more reason to stay at the warm stove behind a wall. Even it's suffocating. He looks towards the windows. I'm sure you've heard a lot already, that the people don't build hamlets anymore. There are no more ibexes from the south, and the traders stay only for a few days. All of our iron is used for cauldrons, not swords or tools. What will I find traveling west? Well, there are hills nearby, then you'll find a village, maybe an hour away from here. It was destroyed by beasts almost a decade ago. Nothing to see there. The goblins live there now, so most people just travel around it. They say it's haunted, but who knows? Who cares? He crosses his arms and starts to sway back and forth, gathering his thoughts. You'll get to a large tree on the edge of the swamp. For the locals, it's sacred. You're not used to hearing someone mentioning pagans as if there's nothing unusual about them. There's a small path south which leads to an old mine in the mountains. Nothing to find there. But keep riding north and you'll find Howler's Dell, set at a clean brook. Farmers live there and mouflons and druids. They'll let you stay for a night, but they are not cheap. If anyone thinks my prices are bad, it means they ain't been to the Ape Hill Inn yet. He lets out a gentle smile. I nod. I only know a bit about the next settlement, Old Pecos. The soil there ain't too fertile, so they work in the quarry to help other settlements build things in exchange for crops. The forests and hills ain't too harsh, but the Seekers have a small monastery nearby in the mountains. I don't care much about them. They keep to themselves and they don't pay well. The third village is unknown to me. White marshes, set at the bogs. I've heard it smells like Griffin's lair. I've heard a lot of nasty rumors about the place, but I won't share them. I don't want to be a lie spreader. So 3 villages really. Howlers, the one near the monastery, whatever it's called, the marshes. Don't let their beds and palisades fool you though. Weird people live there. Don't tell them more than you need to. You wonder if it's something he would tell other travelers as well. Are the eastern roads as rough as I heard? Pretty much. Don't leave the main road, I say. Not so far from here, you'll find an old dolmen, and a few of my people had to spend a night there. And the monkeys stole food and gourds from their bags. It was their fault. One of them had fallen asleep in the middle of his watch, but you know, the eastern forests are wild. The roads are rough. Almost no soul lives there. One day, all these woods will be swallowed by trees again. The furthest my team has ever gone was the home of the Enchantress. Just stay on track until you reach the crossroads right near an abandoned watchtower. From there, turn east. You'll recognize the place. It's a nice home in a lonely meadow, surrounded by a wall. It looks towards the closed window, then at you again. Kind of like our walls, but simpler, without coating. She lives as a hermit. Eudocia. I don't even know how she survives there, but if you don't have decent coin, you won't find much there. So back to the crossroads. If you turn left instead, you'll see a road. People stay away from it. It connects to a tower and the monastery, a shortcut between the two sides of the peninsula. I was warned by the locals not to use it. It already belongs to the beast. Have you ever been to the northern coast? I only know about another inn. It's far from here, maybe a day on foot. A bit less from the eastern side. His eyes once again focus on the floor. I've never been there, but I've heard it's a safe place, close to villages of fishers and hunters. Though I don't know much about them. That's all I need. I didn't expect to find an inn of this size in a place such as this. So you know a thing or two. After all, his mocking tone is soon replaced by a gentle smile. It was built long before we arrived. It didn't work out well for the previous owners. Once the war ended, they left. Nothing enough travelers Not enough travelers, bad trade, the villagers stick to themselves. We, however, came prepared, and now we are prospering. When you ask him how they can afford all the supplies, he runs his fingers through his dark hair. It's not against running an inn. I'm not against running an inn, but we don't rely on guests. We are the ones doing all the trading. My hunters are a clever bunch and stay safe in the forest. In exchange for furs, claws, and bones, we get what we need and more, both from the south and the north. He relaxes in his chair. We have a good life here. We spent a whole lot on armor, crossbows, lumber, spears, but in another 10, maybe 20 years, we'll have enough savings to move to Hovleven and not work for another day for our lives. We take risks, but smartly. The team is stronger than ever, and I have big plans for us. It's surprising to find a purple-skinned man so far in the north. I ain't seen a soul looking like this since my ma died, he shrugs. It's not a fascinating tale, let's just say I wasn't part of the invasion, yet I'm glad it freed all those who were chained by the cities and their corsairs. He looks at the wall. I'm Layson. Layson? By the way, but I rarely hear the name. Is there a good story behind the inn's name? I mean, there's a story, but not a good one, he clears his throat. For years, I wanted to have an inn called Belt, but in my city, it would be in bad taste. Taverns and inns named with a single word were cheap, had a nasty reputation. There was the Claw, the Mugger, the Basilisk, and the Blissful, I think. The good places used at least 2 words, empty barrel, a rose, and a hamlet. Emperor's Smile, Pig's Head was the exception. It was a real dive, he chuckles. In my soul, it's just as belts are what we came here for and what will make us reach our goals. I return to my other questions. Boglau sees his hand. He features observing your hand silently. He wants me to get the answer. Alright. Any rumors worth sharing? For some, I don't like to talk about people who ain't nearby. Show me first that you're someone worth changing habit for. Very well. Step outside. For is lazily looking around at his armor. The armor's workshop is closed. Go outside and forage for berries. The keeper knew what he was talking about. You put on the gloves and look through the bushes from a safe distance. It doesn't take long before you notice the first serpent lying on a rock somewhere in the thicket. The creatures are not that large, and even if some of them hiss at you or slither closer, the jabs of the hook keep them at a distance. You don't know much about these berries. They are round and reddish. You wouldn't trust such color even if you were looking for food in the wilderness. The plants don't have thorns, but the leaves are harsh. So make sure to thoroughly cover your skin with your clothes. You have to look through many bushes to fill the bucket, but the presence of insects and snakes doesn't allow you to relax. I gather the berries and go back to the inn. Return to the courtyard. 2 of the guards are participating in friendly skirmish. Their wrestling is accompanied by a crowd. Put the fruits on the counter. Great, he picks in the bucket. I've got cabbage stew with a few goose chunks for you. I'd serve it even to the merchants if there were any around. The meal is warm and filling. It's well seasoned and not overcooked. And like I've said, I rarely have food to spare, but feel free to ask if you ever stop by. You may be lucky, and I've been cooking my whole life. Thanks. And how did that old hook of mine work out for you? I see you still have your hands. I'd like to buy it for you. Oh, we can buy it. Say first and see how much. He narrows his eyes. Can you make one for yourself? It's the claw that grabs my interest, honestly. I see. It's a nice one, ain't it? My guards once had to get rid of a pebbler. You can't really eat them, but their claws and bones are durable enough, so we put them to good use. For a moment, he observes your face. A single coin will be fair. How much coin do we have though? Let me see. We got 4, 5 more after we spend this. I guess for now it won't hurt. Takes it with a nod. Need anything else? That's all I need. Let's approach the guards. The woman in yellow armor is kneeling next to a brown hairy. Oh my god. Okay, we have not read this one actually. It's kneeling next to a brown bear heavy boar, which is resting on its side. The beast is not as large as the dark ones from the forest. It responds to the touch of a human's hand and brushed with grateful grunting and rapid twitches of a hind hoof. No matter how friendly it appears, it's still tethered to the well, and you have no doubts that it will charge, and that its charge will leave everyone dead in a breath. When the woman notices you, she stands forward to the boar's disappointment. So, the new Roadwarden, she points at the window with a chin, forestalling the question. We don't need anything now, but when we travel with our furs, we can use some assistance. She may be around 30, but her warm voice and bright smile are camouflaging the touch of time on her unpowdered face. Like many red-haired people with freckles, her skin is unhealthily pale. The boar runs up to her, observing your boots and fruitlessly sniffing for food beneath the beaten ground. She pats its back, but maintains a focus. How about a game or two? We have a bit of time and we can talk a bit about this and that. Maybe you'll get a couple of coins or lose one. She winks. To play dice or throw axes at the target. Save first, but I'm gonna reply with I don't gamble. Let's see her response. Oh, I wouldn't call it gambling, just a couple of games. A smile disappears. She returns to the other guards. Finding anything fun to do in this all ain't easy. Last time I saw a bard from the south, I don't remember when it was. You know what? She seems disappointed. You know what? This isn't. It loaded a quick save instead. How's our stat? Actually, I forgot. Actually, it doesn't have anything to do with it. So let's play dice, I guess. Your arrival, especially the dragon bone you pull out, are cheerfully welcome. Two of the guards bring a table from the inn. Another one prepares a couple of stools and chairs. They are also spectators, and you are told that the hunters are either sleeping or have duty on the tower. Remember, no magic. Oh man, I was about to use magic. Says one of the players. His face is deadly serious. The game is new to you, but in no way baffling. 4 people can play at once. The wooden dice are long, with only 4 dotted faces. Every time someone wins a round, they get a point, and the person with the with the most point at the end of the game wins all the coins. As you play, you don't feel like you have much control over results. Blend with the group, share casual jokes, memories, and views on luck and optimal strategy. Friend Julia's camp are also brought up, but when you ask about the roads and or the locals, their stories are vague. Drinks are here. It's a poor beer made from leftovers of regular brewing. It's cold, sweet, doesn't reach your head, but you try to avoid the smell. Just don't spill anything. The boar may get sick, says a bald opponent. In just a few minutes, you get 2 points, which are now represented by smooth pebbles. You don't really know how you got them. Either you don't get the strategy or just pure luck. Let's see how lucky I am. Oh man. No knows the wise. Let's try again. Oh, I'll take that. During the final round, you get to hit everyone and the spectators playfully comment on your moves. The winner takes all. 3 dragons are placed on the table and you put them into your pouch quickly. The table and chairs are moved back to the building and the yellow guard in yellow armor thanks you for playing. Is there anything you need? Have you ever been at the heart of the woods? Sometimes we hunt south from there. There are good hunting grounds in the western half. The second one is too overgrown, maybe the soil is different. She shrugs, then moves her hair away from her forehead. But it's a risky spot. There are treants there and wolves, even the furless ones. And if you have to go through tall grasses, watch out for what's on the ground. There ain't many arches in the trees. She smiles as if it's a joke, but there are all too many worms, even larger than a water leech. Tell me about yourself. Oh, what was that? After a brief giggle, her voice gets cold and serious. Nah, Roadwarden. We use names and stories among friends. You ain't one. Don't make me tempt curses. I was foraging for berries for the innkeep. She chuckles. So I've heard. Don't worry about it. Usually we forage by ourselves, but he wouldn't ask you for a dragon for a meal. He gives small jobs to people all the time, just to see who agrees to do them. Wants to judge who's of use and who's too proud for their own good. Oh, now I know. I have some questions about this place. Not much to tell, honestly. There are many beasts around, both wild game and dangerous monsters. We spend our time surrounded by these walls, living only to hunt, forage, or trade. Alright, folks, with that brings us to the end for this second episode for Roadwarden. If you enjoyed, consider picking up on Steam. I'll be leaving down the description below the link to the Steam store page. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, consider hitting the like and subscribe. That'll be much appreciated. Until the next episode, I'll see you then. Peace out.